Hey, good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Cosmos with Robin. My name is Robin Fritz, and today we're going to talk about how to make self-love work for us because most of us aren't. And I know about that personally because I've had problems with that issue too. So today we're going to talk about how to make self-love work for us, and we're going to do meditation and a crystal of the week, and we're going to do all of that. But first, let's just jump into the broadcast today and get comfortable with being together here. It's Monday morning in Seattle, Washington. My name again is Robin Fritz. I'm an intuitive and spiritual consultant and certified past life regression specialist. And I'm based in Seattle, Washington. I'm an Om Times expert, and I host the Om Times radio show, The Practical Intuitive Mind, Body, Spirit for the Real World. And that is on Monday afternoons at 2 Pacific time and 5 Eastern. And I love it. It's fun. It's fun. We have a great time with the people who call into the show. So today, again, how do we make self-love work for us? Well, let's start with a guided meditation here with a Crystal Fallon. And I'm welcoming everyone joining me live or in the recording later. But here's an opportunity for you to take time just for yourself today. So Fallon is a citrine Lemurian quartz. He's here every week with me. You'll see, feel, hear, or know things based on how your intuition works. That's how you're going to connect with Fallon. So today what we're going to do is to just rapidly clear your energy field of the cares of the day and anything else that's going on, so that we can be present here together as a community for this brief time that we're together on Monday mornings or afternoons, depending on where you are in the world. So as you concentrate on Fallon, allow your strongest intuitive ability to connect with him. So you may see, feel, hear, or know things, just as you do as you're using your intuition in your daily life. So if you take a deep breath, breathe in all healthy, positive energy and take your attention to the top of your head and just breathe in mind, body, spirit connection. And as you breathe down your body, just allow that connection to clear out your cares of the day, clear out your energy field, and be present with us. Starting at the top of your head, breathe down your face, your shoulders, your chest, your hips, your knees, and your feet. The top of your head to the bottom of your feet. And as you do that, just relax into your chair. And now imagine Fallon, this is the citrine Lemurian quartz. Imagine Fallon as this gold light rotating at your feet, right? And as it moves up your body, at the outside of your body, just imagine it's flooding your body with healthy gold light. Moving up from your feet, past your knees, your hips, your chest, your shoulders, your face, and the top of your head. Your crown chakra at the top of your head is often wide open when I work with clients in Fallon. And I know you can experience it online because I get all these emails from people who get to experience Fallon this way. So, today, how do we make self-love work for us? And, the question really starts out with is most people are wondering, what is love? It's a word we use a lot. The question is, how does it apply to us? What does it mean to us? How do we make it work in our lives? So many people consider love to be looking out for other people, taking care of others, putting your family, your spouse, your friends, even your coworkers ahead of yourself. Giving up what you need for what someone else wants. So notice that, giving up what you need for what someone else wants. That's a pretty typical response, especially if you're a woman. So, what does that really mean though? And I know I've been thinking about this a lot for two reasons. One, we're a month out from Valentine's Day. It is not my favorite holiday. I usually tend to ignore it. And that's because I always wondered what love was, and that's been the process of my growth and my personal healing in my personal life and in my business life over the years is I came to understand that the biggest problem most of us have is that we don't love ourselves enough. We don't love ourselves alive, and we carry that into our afterlives. And, we're missing out on a lot, and we're too awesome to miss out. So the other thing that happened was a gathering in December with a group of women, and we're watching some metaphysical documentary. Hi, Melanie. Thanks for joining us. We're watching this metaphysical documentary, and a couple of the people in the group have pretty serious physical issues. Now, I have been handicapped for most of my life at this point, and I had to struggle for 30 years to regain my health. So I know about being disabled. I know about losing your health. And I learned about love kind of the hard way. And that's kind of why I'm out there talking about it. It's so that other people don't have to go through all the crap, literally, that I went through to find my way to love. And so the question came up at this gathering afterwards. I looked at somebody and I said, what does love mean to you? And she said, it means you take care of other people. And that's what we're supposed to think, right? That's what culture tells women to think. And this was a gathering of women. And in fact, love means loving yourself first, and regardless of what's going on, regardless of the mistakes you make. And so here's something I just want you to think about today. And then, let me know what you think in the comments, or tune into my radio show this afternoon, call in and continue the conversation, because the theme this afternoon will be being love warriors in our lives. So if we're taught to nurture everybody else, here's what happens. We get burnout, right? We start feeling resentful, and everything is less than it could be. Everything and everyone is less than they could be, because we aren't starting from the fundamental basis of loving ourselves first, loving our bodies, and loving the souls that came into those bodies. So as I say over and over again in my practice and all my public events, we're here to grow our souls. We chose human bodies to grow those souls in this lifetime, whatever else we were in previous lifetimes. And that means we love ourselves regardless, okay? So we aren't perfect. That's fine. That's okay. We make mistakes. That's okay. We have needs and wants and desires, and that's okay, right? The point is, we recognize. Exactly, Sheila. Thank you so much. We do have to give love, but we have to give it first to ourselves. And that's where we tend to forget. We're so busy giving back to the world around us every day that we forget that we could be starting with an empty tank, right? So, when you get on the plane, they tell you to put your oxygen mask on first. Well, they tell you that because if you're passed out, you can't help your kid or whoever it is sitting next to you, right? So if you don't put your oxygen mask on first in your personal life, meaning if you don't love yourself first, you have nothing left to give to anyone else, including yourself. Okay, so when we're here growing ourselves, we are growing in community. That's true. But we are growing ourselves first, because until we do that, until we really learn what love is, we can't walk that road in our life and really be the best that we can be. And that's what we all want, right? To be the best we can be, to feel that we are worthy, to know that every little thing we do can be a contribution to the world, and it could be a lesson for us. I am not the most patient person in the world. You could ask my dog and cat, they tell you that. They go like, wow, sometimes she is the grumpiest thing. And I have to stop and go, okay, I need rest. I need to stop and say, hey, I'm sorry I was grumpy with you. And then I need to forgive myself and go back and relive that and go through, what is it that triggered that? How do I resolve that? How do I continue to grow in my daily life? And so I don't know, chime in and let me know what you think love is. But I think love is looking at us as bodies, human bodies that have that have taken our souls once again and learning to continue to grow in love. And that starts with us first. So you fill yourself up at this well of love, at this well of self-respect, of self-worth, of self-confidence, of forgiving yourself no matter what, and learning from that and moving forward, because we are always in this process of growth, of growing our souls. And we're just doing it in human bodies. And that can be a really tough thing, because humans, we doubt ourselves. We don't trust ourselves. We don't give ourselves enough credit for being who we are. We are divine, right? So don't think about yourself as being selfish, because choosing to love yourself first recognizes that you are divine, that you have an eternal soul, and that by honoring and caring for yourself first, you are living that truth. Then others can see that and model it for themselves. So if you're living in a situation where you have children, you have spouses, you have friends and families, you pull back, you honor yourself first. What you're modeling for them is self-care, self-worth, self-reliance, self-confidence. You're modeling love. You're modeling acceptance of yourself. And honestly, looking around, I think that's the most important thing you can do, not just for yourself, but for those other people around you, your animals too, even your country, your city. Loving yourself puts you on that path of continuing to grow and to develop. So I hope this makes sense to you, and I hope that it gives you some food for thought, and that it will help you continue to find the ways that you shine in the world, that you are awesome and the world needs you. Because I tell you, if you love yourself, if you put your own self-worth, your own self-confidence out there, and you're like, okay, I can do this, you're mirroring that out into the world. You honoring and respecting yourself gives you that ability to love and honor other people and the planet itself. So you're contributing to being a healthy, balanced person, and that contributes to a healthy, balanced world, including a healthy, balanced family life. And I think that's important, because for many years I didn't love myself and I didn't even know it, you know. So let's work on that together, right? And this afternoon on my radio show, go to omtimes.com radio. It's in the links there. Join us at 2 Pacific time, which is 5 Eastern, on how to be love warriors in our lives. And I have a special guest, and she's going to talk about crystals that support us being love warriors. And that's Kim Valines of Earthlight Rocks and Gems here in Kirkland, Washington. She also has an online store. But Kim knows so much about crystals that my mind blows. You know, I have Fallon, and I have a whole bunch of crystal family members, including this black amethyst, which insisted on being part of the show today again. So I just wanted to show you that. And I think I know we've talked about black amethyst before, and I hadn't even heard about it until a year ago. And I got this from Campbell. This is a very, very powerful crystal. Amethyst is a crystal that supports love, and black amethyst supports more its strength and its support. But we're going to be talking about crystals that support love. And if you have a question about a crystal, or what a crystal would work for you, what your support, your confidence, call us up or send me an email at robin@robinfritz.com, or tag me here on Facebook at my business page, The Practical Intuitive, and let us know what your questions are, because we'll be delighted to go over those with you this afternoon. So the crystal of the week today. Awesome, right? Well, I'm going to challenge you today, because every week I give a crystal of the week. And this week, I want you to think about what we've been talking about, of loving yourself first. And let's do a little exercise to find a crystal that works for each of us individually. So, well, you can look at the black amethyst. You can also, here's Fallon again. Quick look at Fallon, all right? So I want you to stop for a moment and think about loving yourself first, about booking everything you've been told, especially if you're a woman, and pulling it back and loving yourself first so that you're filled to the brim with healthy, positive energy. And that's when you can give back to the world. So, crystal of the week. I know we're on Facebook Live and you're looking, but close your eyes for a moment. Put your hands over your heart, okay? And as you put your hands over your heart, tell yourself how much you love yourself. All right? Listen to that. Tell yourself how much you love yourself. And ask for a crystal that will help you with self-love to present itself. Okay, so tell yourself you love yourself. Ask for a crystal that will help you love yourself even more to show up, pop into your head, make you aware of it. Right? Could be a crystal that you already have. You could connect to Fallon, that's fine, or the black amethyst, that's great. But as you do that, here's what you're going to discover. Every crystal that pops into your head is going to help you with self-love, because crystals are there to support us in our personal lives, and also they mirror their own self-love. And that's why so many people rely on them for support in their lives, because they live much longer lives than we do. They can see us turning over time and again as we come back and choose new bodies to experiment with, to grow our souls in. There are certain crystals that are superior at self-love because that's their main purpose. And a lot of people will go straight to amethyst or straight to quartz, whatever, you know. So you can practice this at night before you go to bed and ask for those crystals to pop in. And if one pops in, you want to talk about it, give us a call this afternoon. So, if you had a crystal pop into your head, share it right here on Facebook today if you can, and if you'd like. And I want to thank you all for being here today and for joining us. We are here every week, Fallon and I, to support your growth and our growth together as a community. So a couple of things I would appreciate from you. One is that if you're enjoying these broadcasts, please like the Om Times Institute page, the Om Times Magazine page, the Humanity Healing page, and of course, my personal Facebook page, The Practical Intuitive. I welcome friend requests. Just let me know where you're coming from, because even though I put on cistern, I'm sorry, Sheila, what does cistern mean? Is that cistern? I think of cistern as a bowl, something that holds things. Oh, we could be cisterns. I like that. Even though I put on my Facebook page that I was in a relationship, I still get all these guys, you know, like, oh, it's weird. I don't even know why. So if you're going to send me a Facebook request, friend request, tell me you came from the radio show, because, it's kind of weird otherwise. But I love connecting with people, and I love doing these weekly broadcasts. So what's coming up? Let me know subjects that you'd like to explore and explore together so you can chime in. Yes, rose quartz. Yeah, rose quartz. Lori, that's a great one. I can only see part of the comments again here. Yes, and Kim, Lori Kim Valines is really huge on rose quartz. We've talked about it on my radio show before. She is a radio show sponsor. So I bring her on once a month to talk. But I've known Kim for years before she agreed to sponsor my radio show. And her crystals are really healthy. She has a lot of rose quartz in her shop. And they make them in these little heart shapes, and rose quartz is great for that. So I'm glad you did this little exercise and found something there that supported you, because, that's what we're all about together. So chime in, let me know the subjects you'd like to talk about each week. And also, please join the radio show. Please go there and ask for a quick reading. I'd be happy to do that with you. And when Kim joins me on the show, we include crystals in our readings. So it could be really, really an eye-opener for you to know how many crystals are out there that are willing to support us in our journey. And we support them in theirs by providing homes for them and safe places for them to do their work in. So that's pretty awesome. So coming up, again, this afternoon on my radio show, How to Be Love Warriors. Next week, we're going to be talking about our animal families. Animals as family members and not gurus and teachers. And it is my great honor, and I'm so excited to welcome animal communicator and healing expert Tim Link. You can find him at Wagging Tails on Facebook. Tim, I've known him for a number of years now as a guest on his radio show. He has a couple of great books out there on really taking care of our animal families as family members. And so if you have a question about animal communication or animals as family members, send them to me ahead of the show or call in that day. And I have a number of authors coming on in future weeks. So we have a lot going on. So I also have webinars up at the Learn It Live platform. And that link is in the comments here. So it's experts.omtimes.com/Robin Fritz. And we've been dealing with some family issues here, so I haven't moved as far ahead on that as I'd like, but I do have a course on developing and managing our energy boundaries, which is a really huge task for us all the time. And I taught it as a continuing education class, so we're going to be breaking that up into segments and really working on it at the webinars. And those I'd really like you to join live and join for the series so that we can work together during the series, share intuitive insights, learn about energy boundaries, experiment with those. So for today, I'd just like to thank you for joining us. Please let me know what you'd like to talk about, what you learned. Even if you want to disagree with me, that's great, because, we grow in community and we grow in connection by sharing our feelings, by sharing our thoughts about things. And this is a safe forum for us to be healthy and positive together. And so I hope this little talk today about making self-love work for you helps. And I appreciate your being here. And as we close out for the day, let's put that love back into our hearts. And this is an energy healing technique I use each week. It was taught to me by a goddess who put up with me long enough for me to get past my, really, I didn't know gods and goddesses really existed kind of thing, because I'm not always the most open person in the world. So she's amazing. Cross your hands over your heart. Just breathe into your palms of your hands. You have healing energy in the palms. And my work is all about helping us all be the best intuitives and healers we can be, because we are all intuitives and healers. That's our birthright, right? So breathe into the palms of your hands and breathe in that energy. And now just breathe into the palms. And as you blow into your palms, you feel that air. Just imagine that as energy. And then hold that energy out and just let it go wherever it will. We're going to be talking about energy a lot this year, because energy is a huge changing thing. Okay, so energy is sentient, just like we are. It goes where it needs to go. And it could ask you where it wants it, where you would like it to go to support you in your life. So think about that. Now, hands on your heart. Let's go back to that first thing. And this will also get you grounded for the day-to-day. Close out that crown chakra, which tends to be wide open with the crystals that I work with. Hands on your heart, breathe into the palms of your hands, and imagine loving your self-worth, self first, self-worth, self-respect. Just really, no matter what, you love yourself. That keeps you balanced and stable and healthy. Blow into the palms of your hands, feel that air, imagine it as energy, and put it back on your heart. Are you grounding it back in? And do that every day. Do it in the morning before you get up and at nighttime before you go to bed. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you next week. Take care.